Hello everybody, Ryan here with Advanced Alarms. In this video, we will cover how to add, change, and delete a user code on a 9800 series DMP touchscreen keypad. This keypad works on the majority of DMP alarm systems, including the XTL+, XT, and XR DMP systems. Now, before we begin, we need to discuss a few important aspects of editing user codes. First, there are two key terms that I need to explain. These are the user number and the user code. The user number is a number that is between 1 and 99 that is assigned to each user. Single-digit numbers should be entered in a 2-digit format. For example, user number 2 should be entered as 02. Next, the user code is a custom 4-digit code that is assigned to each user number that you will use to arm and disarm the system with. It is very important to mention that you should never delete or change user number 1. This user number is dedicated to your silent panic alarm and is already pre-programmed into your keypad. So for example, if you were to delete the existing user number 1 and assign it to yourself, every time you disarm your system, it would send a silent panic alarm to our alarm monitoring center. So always start with user number 2 and go up from there. It can also be helpful to write down your list of user numbers and codes when you program them to keep track of which user numbers have already been used and keep that list in a secure location. Next, I want to discuss the difference between a master and standard code. The master code is needed to add, change, or delete a user code. It also gives that user full control of all features on the keypad. A standard code will not allow someone with that authority to edit codes, adjust schedules, or remove zones. So keep that in mind when setting up a new user code for someone. If you do not know which code is currently the master code, it is typical that user number 2 is programmed as the master user. However, this can be changed by you at any time. Now that we have covered all of the basics, let's go ahead and get started. To add a user code, we will first start by pressing the down arrow button on the right side of the screen and selecting Keypad. Next, we will press our command button until menu Yes No appears on the screen. We will then select Yes and enter in our master code. Now we will press our command button several times until user codes appears on the screen. Now that we have user codes on the screen, we will select in the open area at the top and we will select Add. Now we're going to type in our new user number, so we're going to create user number 3 and press Command. Now we're going to type in our new user code, and we can add in a name for this particular user. So by pressing the ABC button in the top right hand corner and tapping on the screen, we can now type in a name. And when we're done, we can press Command. Now this is where it gives us the option to choose if this wants to be a master code. Now if you want to switch it to no, you can just tap at the top here and switch back and forth between yes and no. Now I'm not going to set this as a master code, so I'm going to leave it at no and press Command. Now this also gives us the option to be able to set it for a temporary code. Now if I want to select yes and set this for a specific number of days, I can set to yes and press Command. And now I can select how many days I want this code active for. So by selecting up at the top and selecting 1, 2, 3, I can now select the number of days I wish for this code to be active. So let's set it for 7 days. And when I'm done, I press Command. Now this also gives me the option to set this as an ARM only code. Now this will only allow you to arm the system, but it will not allow you to disarm it using this code. So we're going to set this to no and press Command. Locks refers to the ability to send this code over to a Z-Wave lock, such as an electronic deadbolt. Now this does not apply to an access system in which you would use a key fob or key card. So at this point in time, I'm going to set it to no and press Command. And now user 3 has been added. Now to exit back out and continue to our original screen, press our back arrow button, and then select the shield in the top left-hand corner. To change a user code, we will continue the same steps by pressing the down arrow button on the right side of the screen and selecting Keypad. Now we will press our command button until menu Yes No shows up on the screen. Now we will select yes, and we will enter in our master code. Now we will press our command button several times until user codes appears on the screen. Now that we have user codes, we will select the open area at the top, and now we can select change. Now we're going to change our user number 3. We're going to press command, and now we can type in our new user code. Now we can also change the name if we like. So we can press the ABC button at the top and we can type in a new name. Let's use the name Ben. Now we'll press our command button. It gives us the option to set this as a master code, which I'm going to set it to no, and press command. I do not need to set this as a temporary code, so we're going to switch this back to no and press command. I do not want to set this as ARM only, so I'm going to leave it at no and press command. And I'm not going to send this to any Z-Wave locks, so I'm going to leave it at no as well and press command one more time. Now as you can see, user number 3 has been successfully changed. Now to exit back out and get back to your original screen, we will press our back arrow button again, and then select the little shield in the top left-hand corner. Delete a user code, we will continue the same steps as before and press the down arrow button on the right side of the screen and then select Keypad. From the screen, we will press the command button until menu yes no shows up on the screen. And we will select yes. Now we will type in our master code, and then we will continue to press the command button until user codes appears on the screen. And we will touch at the top of the empty area, and we will select delete. Now we're going to type in the user number we wish to delete, which will be 03, and press command. And as you can see, user number 3 has just been deleted. Now to exit back out of the screen, we will press our back arrow button, and then select the shield in the top left-hand corner. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel and like the video. Also click on the little bell icon to receive updates for when we release new instructional how-to videos on your favorite home alarm monitoring system. Thank you again so much for watching, and we will see you all next time.